Daniel Rich against men is that he's played the last 2 seasons against men as well. He's a 2-time Waffle Premiership player, of course, with Subiaco in the last 2 years, so the big bodies don't bother him. Clark to Rich, the man we speak of. He thumps it on. Stiller, wrapped up, no Pryor. Johnston, wrapped up, no Pryor. Dragged down, grab one ball. He did have Pryor, according to the umpire, Ray Chamberlain.
Travis Johnson will sit there and look at Ray Chamberlain, but Chamberlain made the decision that he tried to break the tackle. I don't know that he had much option, though.
Out of bounds on the full. The footy gods are here. It's back in Brisbane's hands.
Well, that's one of the few mistakes that Bryce Gibbs has made tonight. He's had 29 possessions at an 88% efficiency rate.
Proud called to play on. Riscatelli. Dalziel.
Great.
Sherman's left alone. He could kick 2 in a row. From 50. Nice off the boot. Oh, he's thumped the air! It's a 2-goal game.
Well, this is huge. They just continue to come, the Brisbane Lions. It was the kick from Dalziel that made this. He was looking at the right option. Does he handball? Does he square it up with the kick? And then he looked forward and square. Sherman had worked into space. And have a look how quickly he knows it's there. He's off with the arms up as soon as it leaves the boot. A beautiful kick. He's kicked 2 in a couple of minutes. And this game is up for grabs.
Just 5 minutes or 10 minutes into that third quarter, this game was all over. And if the young Carlton team do happen to lose this game, it is a crushing thing for their confidence. I mean, they're up, they're going, they're playing some good footy. But you've got to credit Brisbane. I mean, they've come from nowhere, really, 2 weeks in a row, and this week against quality opposition to be in a position to win the game.
From 48 points back to 12, the margin. Good tackle laid. Clever kick, Selwood kept it alive. Stiller ran into a brick wall. Hadley. Cruiser.
Oh, Eddie Betts out this side, all on his own if they can get it to him, and here it comes.
Simpson to Betts. Now he can run to 50. He can size them up. He can put some breathing space back in this contest. Bends it back. Not enough. That was a training drill. Should have kicked it. He's already got 3.
I don't think the bounce helped him. He had a dreadful bounce ball that he had to chase.
Riscatelli. 13 points the margin. Still a bit too early to be talking about handy points. That's a very good mark. Jonathan Brown took a divot with his nose.
There's an 80-metre lead to get to that.
13 points. 12 minutes and change left.
He really wants Bradshaw, but he can't get it there.
Hooper. Oh, cut off by Hadley. Pulls some seconds off the clock.
Again, they've got some loose players forward if they can get the long kick in.
That was ugly.
And this is where fatigue starts to set in. I mean, when your second game into the season, it does take you 3 or 4 games to get your legs and get your whole body ready. The team that handles the fatigue from now on in, I think, will be the favoured team. And to me, Brisbane are up and running much better than Carlton at this stage of the game.
Cruiser out of the ruck, back to Hadley. Had it but lost it. He was dumped. Judd, he's the man. Robinson.
They're away here, the Blues.
Favola's on the move. It's a wobbler. He's ignored. Garland instead. Game number 2. Big moment. Kick not so good. McGrath. Toe poke. Boundary will do.
There's a couple of times Garland going into the forward line, actually, once in the second quarter, once just then, where he's probably better off just going for the goals. I mean, 45 metres out. I know he's trying to be unselfish and try and bring other players in the game, but sometimes you've just got to have a shot yourself.
Cloak forced to do some ruck work. Short throwing. Cruiser tries to barrel his way through. Blues have got the numbers. Lions sweating off. Power did well. Got it from Selwood. Gives it to Black. Short to Johnston. That had to be perfect, and it was.
Some tired players out there. He's looking for Brown, 1 out.
And he comes to him. Tough mark. Good fist, Thornton. Simon Black.
Oh,
Dalziel. Simpson. Blind turn. Runs to 50. He might nail it. Heads long. Favola!
It's a terrific mark. I mean, I know he had to sit, but it's a high-pressure mark. But the kick going into him, to sit on the favoured side of him, was a fantastic kick.
There's a strange hand pass from Simon Black over the back of the head, but what strikes me is why Daniel Merritt is standing so far off Brendan Favola.
The hero Oh, so many, and love is a drug. Fev's got 4.
He was surrounded by 3 Brisbane players, Brendan Favola, but none of them, there's the errant hand pass from Black, none of the 3 Brisbane players were actually close enough to make up the ground. They formed a zone in front of him, and not one of them stayed back. Why would Merritt not stay back there and let the other 2 cut off the lead?
Well, I think they thought they were going to win the ball here, and they've run. But this kick from Simpson, he doesn't get captured by the people in front of him. He's able to go over the back. It's a hard kick to kick.
4 for Favola. 17 minutes down.
And
10, 11 left.
You'd say Daniel Merritt's done a good job, but Favola still gets 4.
He averaged 2 against him a game last year, Daniel Merritt. 44 goals in 22 games, so it's above the average against him.
So Brownie's picked up his work rate, I reckon, working really hard in this quarter, seeing that he needs to get the ball for his side to win the game.
Thornton to Robinson. Kicks it long for Favola. Thump down. Oh, he spins out of trouble. Sensational. He's got 5, and the 5th was the best of them.
Yeah, no doubt that was the best way. That's just goal sense.
Yeah.
That's a forward that knows his craft inside and out and making the most of not even a half opportunity. That is just throwing it on the boot. He knew where the goals were. It wasn't pretty off the boot. He just had to get it in the right direction. Have a look at this. He works his opponent off it, knows traffic's coming, but he also knows where the big sticks are.
It's a good spin on the ball too. It's sort of floated this way, that way, and straight through. But fantastic goal.
He's in the 490s now, Brendan Favola, goal-wise for his career. And when he hits over 500, he's going to be passing guys this year like Sumic, Brian Taylor, Fraser Gehrig, Peter Dacos, Paul Salmon. He is up there with all of those as one of the greats of the game already. Robinson heads toward the Fev. Ducked out of play. Favola wants to deliberate. Doesn't get it.
And Robinson had a couple of interesting, important disposals in the last minute through the middle of the ground. Seems he's working his way into this game.
Ball in. Still 9.5 minutes left. 25 points the margin. Ball up. They've come from 48 down the lines.
It'll take another miracle for Brisbane to get close to toppling Carlton now, but they virtually produced one in the third quarter. We're expecting something similar.
Cruiser trying to thread it through. Rich to Black. Back towards Rich. Umpire will sort this out.
Look, Etihad Stadium is somewhere where you can kick goals very quickly, so they are still in with a chance. They've been able to do it before. 4 goals in about 10 minutes to go in this quarter. I think it'd be very difficult for Brisbane to get back into this game.
They're not in it, but they're not necessarily out of it. Jarman, Adcock, Black back to Adcock. There's some belief there. Dalziel, Bradshaw forced to prop. Edges wait under the ball, but numbers with the Blues. Joseph, caught, slung, got rid of it, free kick. And 50. And 50.
I'm not convinced on that rule yet, Jason.
I hate that rule, James. Absolutely hate that rule.
It's just too much of an advantage for, a disadvantage for something that, you're in the action of tackling. It's very, very difficult to stop once you get into that action.
It's a dreadful rule.
Joseph Long cloaked the target. Arm slapped a little. Patful. Pats it and sees it out. But the clock ticks down to 8:34. The chant of Carlton rings around Etihad Stadium. Cloak down to Judd. Caught. Betts. Caught. Johnston to Power. Drummond needs to hit a target. Short kick, Bradshaw. Got a palm on it.
And it's killed them all night, that kick.
Joseph, handball out. Riscatelli. Danger. Now might go the journey. Pokes it. Hooper. Inside 50. Got it.
He did very well in the end, Riscatelli. The issue that Brisbane have going forward now is it's not weight that's loose, but they've got Heath Scotland that's dropped loose, and he's hanging around Jonathan Brown as well.